of my articles on the website with the sentence that what is oddly absent from most people's perception of life is the suspicion that there is something problematic afoot with the general existence. So we do know that at some level everybody can detect the presence of malevolence in the world around them, particularly of the painful kind. What is less remarked about, though, is how people's perceptions essentially fall off a cliff when it comes to contending with the more ambiguous, yet more sophisticated forms of malevolence that chip away at them, in part because of what they subscribe to willingly. What can be said about that reality, Greek?
Wow. Okay, that's like a merry-go-round, and it's like, what horse do you want to jump on, right? But essentially, the two things that I picked out are the malevolent evil, let's say, and the just the way that people exist with it, let's say, right? I would say that would pretty much uh, gather that thought into a very simple way to present it. Uh, just to start off, again, since we're discussing cosmic censorship, what is it? And why do we say it that way? Well, I would suggest the word cosmic is originally of Greek origin, meaning the world, meaning society. But through time, it's taken on a meaning to mean pretty much all encompassing. So I would just define that almost like a personal definition. It's anything and everything mankind perceives. So I just wanted to define that from the sense that I think about it. But now we tend to relax and just say cosmic just means, well, the cosmos is space, and cosmic meaning something far out or esoteric, just all encompassing based on our perception. Because basically, if you lost your perception, nothing would exist in essence. So, just to make the definition, I think, more clear, and the definition of the word censorship means to obfuscate, block, or prevent from being viewed or even seen. I think the cosmic censorship term takes it a little bit further by implying not only things that are obfuscated, blocked, or not seen, but also things that are not comprehended or acknowledged. Now, on the question of evil or malevolency, what's interesting, again, let's define the word evil. You go to an etymology, etymological reference, or what they call etymological dictionary, and you'll see there's a pretty, showing the origin, pretty elaborate sense of how the word can be defined or what it means. But what took hold of my interest is as you go down on the definition, you'll find that it's also includes being subject to disease, which brings it home for more people because when you understand the word evil, well, it's basically based on the cultural norm. A society of headhunters would find it evil if another group came in and prevented them from harvesting human heads. So then there's the relative morality there. But this, I think, transcends that when you look at the aspect of being subject to disease as being one of the definitions of evil, which is actually what we find in a lot of the ancient writs. When a society or group of people were deemed evil, they were subject to disease and war and famine and pestilence and maladies. So this is also one of the attributes in discussing cosmic censorship because, for example, I think I brought up the medical system several times recently because it's hand in hand with the agricultural and food also intake. What's interesting is if you look at what's put out as terms of pharmaceuticals, which mean poison, by the way, look up the word pharma, and what's called medicine, most of those drugs within or medicines within a decade are deemed unsafe, right? So and the people do suffer what is considered the side effects or that makes them unsafe while they're aspiring to acquire them and use them. So nothing changes. So is that evil? And yes, and very simply by definition. But then again, what drives people towards that? You see, is the cosmic censorship. In other words, yes, you can say that the people are drawn to it through means of propaganda and marketing, meaning advertising, which is essentially is the foremost breeder of covetousness in the world, which basically makes people aware of things that they were not aware of before, and then not only that makes them want those things, right, at cost or whatever. So the this aspect can also be explored, but the aspect of cosmic censorship kicks in with something with the harmful remedies and medications that are put out in modern society, when you present all of the facts and the truth of the matter, historically and present, to the willing victim. Willing victim would be easy to encounter at a line at a pharmacy, which are pretty common in the Western civilizations. And you say, hey, by the way, I see you're online here to acquire some of these drugs, whatever you're for, but do you know statistically this, or the facts are this, or even more informally, that have you ever considered the side effects? And most of the time, if not all of the time, it's disregarded. Now, if we're supposed to be rational, logical creatures, how can we meaning they, the person that you just addressed, deny what you had just said as the potential of causing harm, but yet they still desire it? So, and again, let's forego for now the aspect of propaganda, advertising, and marketing. Then there's the aspect of personal gain, or the person is suffering some illness and this has been put in front of them as relief, but yet the truth of the matter is, outside of, let's say, something that's a painkiller that would dull the senses, that none of them really work. And this is pretty much well known as overall beneficial to the body, right? Of course, there's the compromise. So I use this as a metaphor because this model of presenting what is real or truthful to someone is often negated in an unreasonable way. And there can't be any explanation other than that there is a force or a condition called cosmic censorship that prevents them to. And I think the cosmic censorship can be considered to transcend cultural norms, personal desires, and things like that. So again, bringing this through as an idea, as just a metaphor, you will see it goes across many fields of study, many aspects of human society. So the malady and the evil and that befall the people because of their negation of reality or the truth of a certain matter, can be considered to be a testament to their robustness. So, the way that the humans are made, or people are made, but also unnecessary suffering if you view the whole situation on what's going on, because the access to the information to avoid it is there, but it's negated and constantly negated. So that's the essence of the cosmic censorship. Now, that has to tie into where does the cosmic censorship come from, and more of what it is and how it's done.
Mm-hmm. It's